Sweethearts, we shall be rich ere we depart, if fairings come thus plentifully in. A lady walled about with diamonds. Look you what I have from the loving king. Madam, came nothing else along with that? Nothing but this. Yes, as much love in rhyme as would be crammed up in a sheet of paper, writter both sides the leaf, margent and all, that he was fain to seal on Cupid's name. That was the way to make his godhead wax, for he hath been 5,000 year a boy. Aye, and a shrewd unhappy gallows too. You'll ne'er be friends with him, he killed your sister. He made her melancholy, sad, and heavy, and so she died. Had she been light like you, oh, such a merry, nimble, stirring spirit, she might have been a grandam ere she died, and so may you for a light heart lives long. What's your dark meaning, mouse, of this light word? A light condition and a beauty dark? We need more light to find your meaning out. You'll mar the light by taking it in snuff, therefore I'll darkly end the argument. Look what you do. You do it still in the dark. So do not you, for you are a light wench. Indeed, I weigh not you, and therefore light. You weigh me not? Oh, that's you care not for me. Great reason, for past care is still past cure. Well bandied both. A set of wit well played. But, Rosaline, you have a favour too. Who sent it, and what is it? I would you knew, and if my face were but as fair as yours, my favour were as great. Be witness this. Nay, I have verses too. I thank Baroun, the number's true, and with the numbering too. I were the fairest goddess on the ground. I am compared to 20,000 fairs. Oh, he hath drawn my picture in his letter. Anything like? Much in the letters, nothing in the praise. Beauteous as ink, a good conclusion. Fair as a text be in a copybook. Where pencils hoe, let me not die your debtor, my red demonical, my golden letter. Oh, that your face were not so full of O's. A pox of that jest, and I beshrew all shrows. But, Catherine, what was sent to you from fair domain? Madam, this glove. Did he not send you twain? Yes, madam, and moreover, some 1,000 verses of a faithful lover, a huge translation of hypocrisy, vilely compiled, profound simplicity. This, and these pearls, to me sent Longueville. The letter is too long by half a mile. I think no less. Dost thou not wish in heart the chain were longer and the letter short? Aye, or I would these hands might never part. We are wise girls to mock our lovers so. They are worse fools to purchase mocking so, that same Baroun I'll torture ere I go. Oh, that I knew he were but in by the week, how I would make him fawn, and beg, and seek, and wait the season, and observe the times, and spend his prodigal wits in bootless rhymes, and shape his service wholly to my hests, and make him proud to make me proud that jests. So père-tante-like would I o'ersway his state, that he should be my fool, and I his fate. None are so surely caught when they are catched, as wit turned fool, folly and wisdom hatched, hath wisdom's warrant and the help of school, and wit's own grace to grace a learned fool. The blood of youth burns not with such excess as gravity's revolt to wantonness. Folly in fools bears not so strong a note as foolery in the wise, when wit doth dote, since all the power thereof it doth apply to prove by wit worth in simplicity. Here comes Boyer, and mirth is in his face. Oh, I am stabbed with laughter. Where's her grace? Thy news, Boyer? Prepare, madam, prepare. Arm, wenches, arm, encounters mounted are. Against your peace love doth approach disguised, armed in arguments. You'll be surprised. Muster your wits, stand in your own defence, and hide your heads like cowards, and fly hence. Saint Dennis, to Saint Cupid, what are they that charge their breath against us? Say, scout, say. Under the cool shade of a sycamore, I thought to close mine eyes some half an hour, when lo to interrupt my proposed rest, toward that shade I might behold addressed the king and his companions. Warily I stole into a neighbour thicket by, and overhead what you shall overhear, that by and by disguised they will be here. Their herald is a pretty knavish page, that well by heart hath conned his embassage. Action and accent did they teach him there. Thus must thou speak, and thus thy body bear, and ever and anon they made a doubt presence majestical would put him out. For, quoth the king, an angel shalt thou see, yet fear not thou, but speak audaciously. The boy replied, an angel is not evil. I should have feared her, and had she been a devil. With that all laughed, and clapped him on the shoulder, making the bold wag by their praises bolder. One rubbed his elbow thus, and fleered, and swore a better speech was never spoke before. Another with his finger and his thumb cried, Via, we will do it, come what will come. The third he capered and cried, all goes well. The fourth turned on the toe, and down he fell. With that they all did tumble on the ground, with such a zealous laughter so profound, that in the spleen ridiculous appears to check their folly, passion's solemn tears. But what? Come they to visit us? They do, and are apparelled thus, like Muscovites or Russians, I guess. Their purpose is to parley at the court and dance, and every one of his love feet will advance unto his several mistress, which they'll know by favours several, which they did bestow. And will they so, the gallant shall be test. For ladies, we will every one be masked, and not a man of them shall have the grace, despite of suit, to see a lady's face. Hold, Rosaline, this favour thou shalt wear, and then the king will court thee for his dear. Hold, take thou this, my sweet, and give me thine, so shall Brown take me for Rosaline. And change you favours too, so shall your loves woo contrary, deceived by these removes. Come on, then, where the favours most in sight. But in this changing, what is your intent? The effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it but in mockery, merriment, and mock for mock is only my intent. Their several counsels must they unbosom shall to loves mistook, and so he be mocked withal upon the next occasion that we meet, with visages displayed to talk and greet. But shall we dance, if they desire us to it? No, to the death we will not move a foot, nor to their pent speech render we no grace. But while 'tis spoke, each turn away her face. Why, that contempt will kill the speaker's heart, and quite divorce his memory from his part. Therefore I do it, and I make no doubt the rest will ne'er come in if he be out. There's no such sport as sport by sport or thrown, to make theirs ours, and ours none but our own. So shall we stay, mocking intended game, and they, well mocked, depart away with shame. The trumpet sounds, be masked, the maskers come. All hail the richest beauties on the earth. Beauties no richer than rich taffeta, a holy parcel of the fairest dames. Their eyes, villain, their eyes, that ever turn their eyes to mortal views out. True, out indeed. Out of your favours, heavenly spirits, vouchsafe that to behold. Once to behold, rogue. Once to behold with your sun-beamed eyes. With your sun-beamed eyes. They will not answer to that epithet. You were best call it daughter-beamed eyes. They do not mock me, and that brings me out. Is this your perfectness? Begone, you rogue. What would these strangers know their minds, boy, if they do speak our language? 'Tis our will that some plain man recount their purposes, know what they would. What would you with princess? Nothing but peace and gentle visitation. What would they, say they? Nothing but peace and gentle visitation. Why, what they have, and bid them so be gone. She says you have it, and you may be gone. Say to her we have measured many miles to tread and measure with her on this grass. They say that they have measured many a mile to tread a measure with you on this grass. It is not so. Ask them how many inches is in 1 mile. If they have measured many, the measure then of one is easily told. If to come hither you have measured miles, and many miles, the princess bids you tell how many inches doth fill up 1 mile. Tell her we measure them by weary steps. She hears herself. How many weary steps of many weary miles you have o'ergone are numbered in the travel of 1 mile. We number nothing that we spend for you. Our duty is so rich, so infinite, that we may do it still without account. Vouchsafe to show the sunshine of your face, that we, like savages, may worship it. My face is but a moon, and clouded too. Blessed are clouds, to do as such clouds do. Vouchsafe, bright moon, and these thy stars to shine. Those clouds are moved upon our watery eyne. O vain petitioner, beg a greater matter. Thou now request but moonshine in the water. Then in our measure do but vouchsafe one change. Thou biddest me beg, this begging is not strange. Play music, then, nay, you must do it soon. Not yet, no dance, thus change I like the moon. Will you not dance? How come you thus estranged? You took the moon at full, but now she's changed. Yet still she's the moon, and I the man. The music plays, vouchsafe some motion to it. Our ears vouchsafe it, but your legs should do it. Since you are strangers and come here by chance, we'll not be nice. Take hands, we will not dance. Why, take we hands then. Only to part friends, curtsy, sweethearts, and so the measure ends. More measure of this measure be not nice. We can afford no more at such a price. Prize you yourselves what buys your company. Your absence only, that can never be. Then cannot we be bought, and so adieu twice to your visor, and half once to you? If you deny to dance, let's hold more chat. In private then. I am blessed, best pleased with that. White-handed, mistress, one sweet word with thee. Honey, milk, and sugar, there is 3. Nay then, 2 trays, and if you grow so nice, metheglin, wort, and malmsey, well run dice, there's half a dozen sweets. 7th sweet adieu. Since you can cog, I'll play no more with you. 1 word in secret, let it not be sweet. Thou grievest my gall. Gall bitter, therefore meet. Will you vouchsafe with me to change a word? Name it. Fair lady. Say you so, fair lord? Take that for your fair lady. Please it you as much in private, and I'll bid adieu. What, was your visit made without a tongue? I know the reason, lady, why you ask. Oh, for your reason, quickly, sir, I long. You have a double tongue within your mask, and would afford my speechless visitor half. Veal, quoth the Dutchman, is not veal a calf? A calf, fair lady? No, a fair calf, lord calf. Let's part the word. No, I'll not be your half. Take all and wean it, it may prove an ox. Look how you butt yourself in these sharp marks. Will you give horns, chaste lady? Do not so. Then die a calf before your horns do grow. One word in private with you ere I die. Bleat softly, then the butcher hears you cry. The tongues of mocking wenches are as keen as in the razor's edge invisible, cutting a smaller hair than may be seen above the sense of sense, so sensible seemeth their conference. Their conceits have wings, fleeter than arrows, bullets, wind, thought, swifter things. Not one word more, my maids, break off, break off. By heaven, all dry beaten with pure scoff. Farewell, mad wenches, you have simple wits. 20 adieus, my frozen Muscovites. Are these the breed of wits so wondered at? Tapers they are, with your sweet breaths puffed out. Well liking wits they have, gross, gross, fat, fat. O poverty and wit, kingly poor flout, will they not think you hang themselves tonight, or ever but in visage show their faces? This pert Baroun was out of countenance quite. They were all in lamentable cases. The king was weeping ripe for a good word. Baroun did swear himself out of all suit. Dumaine was at my service, and his sword. No point, quoth I, my servant straight was mute. Lord Longaville, said I came o'er his heart, and try you what he called me. Qualm, perhaps. Yes, in good faith. Go, sickness as thou art. Well, better wits have worn plain statute caps, but will you hear the king is my love sworn? And quick Baroun hath plighted faith to me, and Longaville was for my service born. Dumaine is mine as sure as bark on tree. Madam and pretty mistresses, give ear. Immediately they will again be here, in their own shapes, for it can never be they will digest this harshly indignity. Will they return? They will, God knows, and leap for joy, though they are lame with blows. Therefore change favors, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in the summer air. How blow, speak to be understood. Fair ladies masked are roses in their bud, dismasked their damask sweet commixture shown are angels veiling clouds, or roses blown. Avaunt perplexity, what shall we do, if they return in their own shapes to woo? Good, madam, if by me you'll be advised, let's mock them still. As well known as disguised, let us complain to them what fools were here, disguised like Muscovites in shapeless gear, and wonder what they were and to what end, their shallow shows and prologue vilely penned, and their rough carriage so ridiculous should be presented at our tent to us. Ladies, withdraw, the gallants are at hand. Whip to our tents as roes run o'er land. Fair sir, God save you, where's the princess? Gone to her tent, please it your majesty. Command me any service to her thither. That she vouchsafe me audience for one word. I will, and so will she, I know my lord. This fellow pecks up wit as pigeons peas, and utters it again when God doth please. He is wit's peddler, and retails his wares at wakes and wassails, meetings, markets, fairs. And we that sell by gross, the Lord doth know, have not the grace to grace it with such show. This gallant pins the wenches on his sleeve. Had he been Adam, he had tempted Eve. He can carve too and lisp. Why, this is he that kissed his hand away in courtesy. This is the ape of form, monsieur the niece, that when he plays at tables chides the dice, and honorable the terms, and he can sing, and a mean most meanly, and an ushering, mend him who can, the ladies call him sweet. The stairs, as he treads on them, kiss his feet. This is the flower that smiles on everyone, to show his teeth as white as whale's bone, and consciences that will not die in debt, pay him the due of honey-tongued boyette. A blister on his sweet tongue with my heart, that put our motto's page out of his part. So where it comes, behaviour, what wert thou till this madman showed thee, and what art thou now? All hail, sweet madam, and fair time of day. Fair in all hail as foul as I conceive. Construe my speeches better, if you may. Then wish me better, I will give you leave. We came to visit you, and propose now to lead you to our court. Vouchsafe it then. This field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Nor God nor I delights in perjured men. Rebuke me not for that which you provoke, the virtue of your eye must break my oath. Your nickname virtue, vice, you should have spoke, for virtue's office never breaks men's troth. Now by my maiden honour, yet as pure as the unsullied lily, I protest a world of torments, though I should endure, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate a breaking cause to be of heavenly oaths vowed with integrity. Oh, you have lived in desolation here, unseen, unvisited, much to our shame. Not so, my lord. It is not so, I swear. We have had pastimes here in pleasant game. A mess of Russians left us but of late. How, madam, Russians? Aye, in truth, my lord, trim gallants full of courtship and of state. Madam, speak true. It is not so, my lord, my lady, the manner of the days, and courtesy gives undeserving praise. Wherefore, indeed, confronted were with four in Russian habit, here they stayed an hour and talked apace. And in that hour, my lord, they did not bless us with one happy word. I dare not call them fools, but this I think, when they are thirsty, fools would fain have drink. This jest is dry to me, gentle sweet. Your wits makes wise things foolish. When we greet with eyes best seeing, heaven's fiery eye, by light we lose light. Your capacity is of that nature, that to your huge store wise things seem foolish, and rich things but poor. This proves you wise and rich, for in my eye I am a fool and full of poverty. But that you take what doth to you belong, it were a fault to snatch words from my tongue. For I am yours, and all that I possess. All the fool mine, I cannot give you less. Which of the vizards was it that you wore? Where? When? What vizard? What demand you this? There, then, that vizard, that superfluous case that hid the worse and showed the better face. We were descried. Thou mockest now downright. Let us confess and turn it to a jest. Amazed, my lord, why looks your highness sad? Help! Hold his brows! He'll swoon. Why look you pale? Seasick, I think, coming from Muscovy. Thus pour the stars down plagues for perjury. Can any face of brass hold longer out? Here stand I, lady. Dart thy skill at me. Bruise me with scorn, confound me with a flout. Thrust my sharp wit quite through my ignorance. Cut me to pieces with thy keen conceit, and I will wish thee never more to dance, nor never more to Russian habit wait. Oh, never will I trust to speeches penned, nor to the motion of a schoolboy's tongue, nor never come and visit my friend, nor woo in rhyme like a blind harper's song, taffeta, phrases, silk, and terms precise, three-piled hyperbole, spruce affectation, figures pedantical. These summer flies have blown me full of maggot ostentation. I do forswear them, and I here protest by this white glove, how white the hand, God knows. Henceforth my wooing mind shall be expressed in russet yeas and honest heresy knows. And to begin, wench, so God help me, law, my love to thee is sound sans crack or flaw. Sans, I pray you. Yet I have a trick of the old rage, bear with me, I am sick. I'll leave it by degrees, soft let us see. Right, Lord, have mercy on us, on those three. They are infected in their hearts, it lies. They have that plague and caught it of your eyes. These lords are visited. You are not free, for the Lord's tokens on you do I see. No, they are free that gave these tokens to us. Our states are forfeit. Seek not to undo us. It is not so, for how can this be true, that you stand forfeit, being those that sue? Peace, for I will not have to do with you, nor shall not, if I do as I intend. Speak for yourselves, my wit is at an end. Teach us, sweet madam, for our rude transgressions some fair excuse. The fairest is confession, were not you here but even now disguised. Madam, I was, and were you well advised? I was, fair madam. When you then were here, what did you whisper in your lady's ear? That more than all the world I did respect her. When she shall challenge this, you will reject her. Upon mine honour, no. Peace, peace, forbear, your oath once broke, you force not to forswear. Despise me when I break this oath of mine. I will, and therefore keep it, Rosaline. What did the Russian whisper in your ear? Madam, he swore that he did hold me dear as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, adding thereto, moreover, that he would wed me, or else die my lover. God give thee joy of him. The noble lord most honourably doth uphold his word. What mean you, madam? By my life, my troth, I never swore this lady such an oath. By heaven you did, and to confirm it plain, you gave me this. But take it, sir, again. My faith, and this the princess I did give. I know her by this jewel on her sleeve. Pardon me, sir, this jewel did she wear, and Lord Baron, I thank him, is my dear. What will you have me of your pearl again? Neither of either. I remit both twain. I see the trick on it. Here was a constant consent, knowing aforehand of our merriment, to dash it like a Christmas comedy. Some carried tale, some please man, some slight zany, some mumble news, some trencher knight, some dick that smiles his cheek in years, and he knows the trick to make my lady laugh when she's disposed, told our intents before, which once disclosed, the ladies did change favours, and then we, following the signs, wooed but the sign of she. Now to our perjury to add more terror, we are again forsworn in will and to error. Much upon this 'tis, and might not you forestall our sport to make us thus untrue? Do not you know my lady's foot by the squire, and laugh upon the apple of her eye, and stand between her back, sir, and the fire, holding a trencher, jesting merrily? You put our page out. Go, you are allowed. Die when you will, a smock shall be your shroud. You leer upon me, do you? There's an eye wounds like a leaden sword. Full merrily, at this brave manage this career been run. Lo, he is tilting straight. Peace, I have done. Wherefore, pure wit, thou partest a fair fray. O Lord, sir, they know now whether the three worthies shall come in or no. What are there but three? No, sir, but it is a vara fine for every one person's three, and 3 times thrice is 9. Not so, sir, under correction, sir, I hope it is not so. You cannot beg us, sir. I can assure you, sir, we know what we know. I hope, sir, 3 times thrice, sir, is not 9. Under correction, sir, we know where until it doth amount. By Jove, I always took 3 threes for 9. O Lord, sir, what pity you should get your living by reckoning, sir. How much is it? O Lord, sir, the parties themselves, the actors, sir, will show where until it doth amount. For mine own part, I am, as they say, but to perfect one man and one poor man, Pompeian the Great, sir. Art thou one of the worthies? It pleased them to think me worthy of Pompey the Great. For mine own part, I know not the degree of the worthy, but I am to stand for him. Go bid them prepare. We will turn it finely off, sir, we will take some care. For round they will shame us. Let them not approach. We are shame-proof, my lord, and 'tis some policy to have one show worse than the king's and his company. I say they shall not come. Nay, my good lord, let me o'errule you now. That sport best pleases that doth least know how, where zeal strives to content, and the contents dies in the zeal of that which it presents. Their form confounded makes most form and mirth, when great things labouring perish in the birth. A right description of our sport, my lord. Anointed, I implore so much expense of the royal sweet breath as will utter a brace of words. Doth this man serve God? Why ask you? He speaks not like a man of God his making. That is all one, my fair sweet honey monarch, for I protest the schoolmaster is exceeding fantastical, too vain, too vain. But we will put it as they say, to fortuna de la guerra. I wish you the peace of mind, most royal couplement. He was like to be a good presence of worthies. He presents Hector of Troy, the swain Pompey the Great, the parish curate Alexander, Armado's page Hercules, the pedant Judas Maccabeus. And if these 4 worthies in their first show thrive, these 4 will change habits and present the other 5. There is 5 in the first show. You are deceived. 'Tis not so. The pedant, the braggart, the hedge priest, the fool, and the boy. abeturat novum, and the whole world again cannot pick out 5 such. Take each one in his vein. The ship is under sail, and here she comes amain. I Pompey am. You lie, you are not he. I Pompey am, with leopard's head on knee. Well said, old mocker, I must needs be friends with thee. I Pompey am, Pompey, surnamed the Great. It is great, sir, Pompey surnamed the Great, that often field with targe and shield did make my foe to sweat, and travelling along this coast, I here am come by chance, and lay my arms before the legs of the sweet lass of France. If your ladyship would say thanks, Pompey, I had done. Great thanks, great Pompey. 'Tis not so much worth, but I hope I was perfect. I made a little fault in great. My fault to a halfpenny, Pompey, proves the best worthy. What? When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. By east, west, north, and south, I spread my conquering night. My Scuccian plain declares that I am Alcestor. Your nose says no, you are not, for it stands to right. Your nose smells no in this most tender-smelling night. The conqueror is dismayed. Proceed, good Alexander. When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. Most true, 'tis right, you were so, Alcestor. Pompey the Great, your servant and custard. Take away the conqueror, take away Alcestor. Oh, sir, you have overthrown Alcestor the conqueror. You will be scraped out of the painted cloth for this. Your lion that holds his Pollux, sitting on a close stool, will be given to Ajax. He will be the 9th worthy, a conqueror, and if feared to speak, run away for shame, Alcestor. There, and to shall please you, a foolish mild man, and honest man look you, and soon dashed. He's a marvellous good neighbour, faith, and a very good bowler, but for Alcestor, alas! You see how 'tis a little o'erparted, but there are worthies a-coming which speak their mind in some other sort. Stand aside, Pompey. Great Hercules is presented by this imp, whose club killed Cerberus, that 3-headed Canis, and when he was a babe, a child, a shrimp, thus did he strangle serpents in his menace. Quoniam he seemeth in minority, ergo I come with this apology. Keep some state in thy exit and vanish. Judas, I am a Judas, not Iscariot, sir. Judas, I am, is clipped Maccabeus. Judas Maccabeus, clipped in plain, is plain Judas. A kissing traitor, how art thou proved Judas? Judas I am. The more shame for you, Judas. What mean you, sir? To make Judas hang himself. Begin, sir, you are my elder. Well followed, Judas was hanged on an elder. I will not be put out of countenance, because thou hast no face. What is this? A cittern head, the head of a bodkin, a death's face, and a ring, the face of an old Roman coin, scarce seen, the pommel of Caesar's falchion. The carved bone face on a flask, St. George's half cheek in a brooch. Aye, and a brooch of lead, aye, and worn in the cap of a tooth drawer, and now forward, for we have put thee in countenance. You have put me out of countenance. False, we have given thee faces, but you have outfaced them all. And thou wert a lion, and we would do so. Therefore, as he is an ass, let him go, and so do, sweet Jude. Nay,